What's up?
Oh, before we got on talking about crypto and getting our stuff together so we can get ready for the next leg up.
Yeah, that's been fun. I mean, it was obviously a fun weekend. Had a fun little birthday.
Happy belated birthday. That's right. What'd
Yeah,
you do?
appreciate it, man. Oh, it was great. We went to Wyatt's little gym dance music class Saturday morning. He's having a great time. He's just crawling around. He's walking a little bit, so he's taking some steps. So that's fun.
Nice.
Making some friends. And yeah, we went out to breakfast and we kind of hung out the house. He's a ball of energy during the day. He didn't really want to nap. And then Maddie and I went out to dinner. We went to this really nice new spot.
Nice.
The town
What you eat?
Live. Dude, they had like some fancy drinks, but then what do they have? They had like French fries, but it was like in like the cube little thing. It was like it was legit. And what else did they have? We went out. We got some sushi.
Nice.
That was really good. Yeah, they had some good stuff. They had like some gnocchi that was really good. Ooh, Wagyu carpaccio. Really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. You did it.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah.
Nice.
So she offered to pay for that one. So that was fun. That was my birthday. And she's getting me a watch. So that's cool.
Well, she's gotten some wins. So
yeah,
good
couldn't
for
think
her.
of it.
Good
Yeah,
for her.
exactly. She couldn't think of
It's
anything.
on my tab. Good for you, Maddie.
I was like, all right. So I got my sugar mama redhead. Awesome. So it was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. How about you? How's your weekend?
Weekend was good. Same. Hung out with the kiddos. Out basketball practice with my son. Still moving. So that's why I'm just tired this weekend. That thing right there. There was so much nonsense in there from just accumulation. We're not hoarders, but then you have 2 kids and life happens, and then you have a business, and you're like, I just don't have time for things. So getting a U-Haul truck and just throwing things in there and heading to the dump was so cathartic. Let me tell y'all. Whew! So that was my weekend, but man, tiring because it's just me basically, and then somebody's got to watch the kids. So, but it was good. It was good. Still got my shoes for now. This is my. I'm going to sell and make money so we can do something because I hate myself pile. And then this is I actually wore these shoes, still hate myself pile. And then shoes of the day, so it's all good. Everything's all good. Everything's all good.
Oh, man.
All in due time, baby. All in due time.
Dude, you got a lot going on.
Lots going on
there. But let's dive into it. We're going to talk some content today in terms of how it relates to sales, right? Because everything we do here comes back to sales, if not recruiting activity, depending on if you're focused on clients or candidates or both. And there's been some really big wins for clients. I mean, there kind of always is, but really interesting. A couple posts that one's about to cross 1 million, one crossed 1.2 million impressions, and they were posted mid to end of last week.
So can I start this conversation? Because when you told me about this conversation, I was like, "Ooh, that's actually a really great one for how we do business."
Yeah,
and I'd love it if we could kind of start the conversation a little bit around, like just virality, right? And how we think about virality at Digital Recruiter, like when people come in, how we're talking about it. And then for what we're going to talk about to happen, like how we leverage, like just that beginning process of like virality and content, like, is it important? Like so many people, I feel like just, it's so important. It's top of mind because that's our social media life. Once you go viral, it's like, oh, it's all over. But that just usually is not the case for us here in this LinkedIn game.
No, it's the beginning. For us, it's the beginning. And for us, it's not even necessary to blow up. There's someone, I don't think she's gotten above 40 likes, and she's signed 3 contracts in the last 5 weeks from posting content and doing the outreach system. Nothing above, I think, 40, but she's consistently in that 20 to 40 range. Now, someone else like Matt, right, is another example. Like, I get email, show the I'm going to share the tab right now.
So and to the point of actually the juxtaposition of the two people, that person that's in the 20 to 40 range, this right here. So Matt, who we're talking about here, he's been posting for quite a while now. And so he kind of made like the surface level for this possibility to occur bigger.
Yeah. You actually had a significant role in all this with him. I'm going to share, I think, my window. So I'm just getting organized here, people. Bear with me. All right. So he had a lot of posts that if we were to show this, and to keep in mind, a lot of it was like 3 likes, 7 likes, 10 likes, even before, like nothing.
Yeah.
And Kevin picked up on in January, he audited Matt's profile within the first month he joined Digital Recruiter. I was like, Matt, like you're not responding to any comments that you get. And so that was a huge thing. And once that changed, the likes started going up a little bit, the impressions, the profile views. He was following some of our tactics and strategies on content outreach. He had a more targeted outreach list. So he actually was getting nice numbers before in connection reply rate, but it wasn't really the right people. So we got more targeted with hiring managers. His connection rates and reply rates actually went down. His quality BD calls went up.
And just like, and I want to like, and it's nothing to Matt, but it's just so many people that start here. That
5, 6, 8.
That had no like, there was no point that he thought that could be a possibility why his content was not working. But I want you guys at home to think about this. Hopefully you guys are at home. Good morning. Happy Monday. Bradley, what's up? But like think about that consistency. Again, we talk about consistency from you literally getting online in LinkedIn, but also consistency from them, from your audience, seeing that you're going to show up and have a conversation with them. So just real quick, think about that. Let's say Matt was posting for 6 months and didn't reply to anybody's comment. So how many people came to try to start a conversation that are not going to come back because they don't feel like a conversation was going to happen? But then he starts posting, then starts commenting back, maybe even following up with some of those people that like but don't comment. Now they believe that he's going to be consistent and show up. And so now they're more likely to come back, like, and comment. And that's just that's the cycle that's happening.
And so to Kevin's point, I mean, there was 8, 9, 10 likes, and he leveraged those to actually follow up. He got an agreement signed. He got a placement. I mean, he was going through all the material, and he had a huge billing month this month already. I mean, he's doing great. And then this happened. So it's like everything is amplified, right? He's turned into that Swiss Army knife that we talk about becoming a digital recruiter. Like that's really what it is. And so you start to build, and then you have outreach going, and then content. And he's just stayed with it. Like he just held himself accountable. He kept showing up to the calls. Started showing up to group calls, but we were working one-on-one, and just took the coaching. And I think just was so humble about it, even though he's really busy and has a lot going on. He just made time for it and just didn't make excuses. He's like, I know I got to do this. What's my assignment next week? What's that? And I'm like, just keep going, keep going, keep going. And then this happens, and now there is a treasure chest to come through.
And I'll say this phrase, and it speaks so much for this. Again, I say this phrase towards investing, but amateurs look at the right side of the equal sign, and professionals look at the left. Process over result. So much of what we teach and what we do, and how we try to facilitate the learning for this, is signals and results, right? Everybody anybody at home that might see this is not a result either, right? You see 513 likes, you see 39 comments, and you see 9 reposts. And to a lot of people that are just on the feed, they're like, wow, he must be successful. But that's not how we take this. We take this as a signal. This is one post, and as a result, it's a signal. It's a signal to say that the message that he said, right, his content was very relevant. So for us and how we think about it, now we're like, okay, how can we rehash this type of content in 7 different ways to still get this kind of result? Because we still want that. We want the virality from how far it travels and the amount of people that get influenced by what he says. But the actual numbers of it are just a signal for us to know. So that's why. And so why, when Clark says the other person that we have that has 20 to 40 likes, right? Same. There's no virality there. There's no end result. It's just a signal. So when they post, it just tells them how they should direct their next piece of content or who they should be looking for.
Yeah, and that's why
Oh,
we put
look.
on
Yeah,
this
boom.
screen here, right? It's all this stuff. Let me put this on here at the bottom for everyone. But it's all this stuff, right? You want to check likes, check comments. Then you can check profile views, which you can do with Sales Nav. Even if you have premium, right? You can navigate to the analytics and check out who viewed your profile. If you have Sales Navigator, there's actually a filter that you can filter by just people that have viewed your profile. So that's one of the cool things as digital recruiters have the right profile, the right outreach, the right content with the right audience. Not only do they see an increase in impressions and profile views, the percentage of their target market that's viewing and engaging is skyrocketing too, and it's slanting in that favor. So everything is just way more productive and effective. So yeah, they're working hard, but they're working way smarter, and they're completely leveraging this. So is every like going to be a perfect lead or anything? No. Is every comment? No. But that's just the order of operations. It's the process you got to go through of checking likes, checking comments, checking profile views, right? Understand most people are going to be lurkers, right?
Yeah.
Like Matt, one thing with Matt's post is this is almost there's probably over 1 million impressions now, only 500 likes. That's a crazy ratio. That's telling us that everyone is reading this post, and it's like it's hitting us a pain point, but they're a little nervous to engage with it.
Why? Because the content.
This is commissions and sales. They don't want to necessarily like a post by a recruiter like that.
Well,
but that is tapping into something. That's tapping into people's soul. So Matt can now take advantage of everyone that checked his profile out or his post or anything else. There's something there, right?
No, that's one of the hugest things. We talk about this all the time. These people don't want to reveal themselves. And when your content, and we know this, Clark, when our content is damn good, practical, and useful, a lot of times these people don't want to reveal themselves because we're challenging them on a belief that they thought was right that is not right. And now they've just realized, oh, snap, it's not. Or they're challenging a belief that makes them want to say something that, again, they don't want to reveal how they feel about something. But also oftentimes those are the people that will just like it and won't say anything. That's why when we talk about like the follow-up, well, I think about this from an email standpoint. Think of everybody that's sending emails all day. Okay. What feedback are you getting from seeing the reply and the response? Or you know what feedback are you getting from somebody saying they opened it 12 times? Do you know any reason why they opened it 9 times, the 11 times before the 12th? You have no idea. But on LinkedIn, right, where you can write 7 emails a day, quote unquote, right? You have the ability to get signals and feedback back via likes and comments and reposts and these other things that actually give you direction that you can kind of A/B test. Is your wording right? Is your thoughts right? Are your ideas right? That you cannot get on email and all these other avenues that you have here with LinkedIn, which is why we're so keen on talking about how powerful LinkedIn, the profile, the digital message, and all that is.
Yeah, because he's set up for success, and that's what he did. He set himself up for success, for something like this to happen, and to really be able to take advantage of it. Because if you go to his profile, you know what he does, right? Manufacturing recruiter. I know he's generating a ton of replies already. I mean, it's huge, right? And there's going to be a lot of directors and VPs that he can reach out to. There's going to be a lot of candidates as well that he can reach out to. Right? There's no cold outreach in for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Everything's warm. And so think about if you're looking at this and you don't have the profile set up, you don't have outreach dialed in, you don't have content going, what are you doing the next 2 to 3 weeks? Cold calls, cold emails? Right? There's warm signals.
That's actually a great reason why why it's almost impossible to go viral a day. You don't have the manpower and bandwidth to like really like think about that. Like to his post, there's 300 and something likes. How many of the? I mean, 513 likes, 9 reposts. Just to filter through the people that you believe are good people to reach back out to is going to be time consuming. But they've given you the signal that it's something they would probably want to talk to you about.
I mean, it's crazy. And then look at Jonathan here. 35 reposts, 94 comments, 2,100 likes. I know he's already at 1.2 million impressions. And again, I mean, John, you talk about implementing fast.
Oh,
I mean, I
jeez.
don't think anyone has attacked it harder coming into the program than Jonathan is. Although there's someone that has joined that she's attacked it pretty hard too the last couple of weeks. But Jonathan's just on it. I mean, he takes advantage of the one-on-one coaching like crazy. He shows up to all the group calls. Right, he's getting support. Right, if you get one-on-one, you get to text and voice memo with me. He takes advantage of that. It's been crazy, and now like this absolutely blew up. He was already getting clients before. He was already working on roles. He's 5 weeks in to opening his new firm after taking a year off to wait out a non-compete. And you talk about driving momentum. And he's already got a bunch of meetings all set up from this.
You know, the one thing I'll say about Jonathan specifically, and this is for anybody at home, like if you feel like this, Jonathan before coming to us, he already had what I feel like is a story brand brain. He already kind of spoke and thought in stories, and he tells great stories. Some of the best content that we teach and we talk about is situational content because it allows the other side to very, very much visualize what you can do. The one thing Jonathan did and got in really quickly, and it's because our programs, it's self-paced. The content piece of it is he was able to level himself up on that, on the storytelling, on the copywriting, on all the kind of human psychology and social psychology pieces that we talk about that allowed him to really put all his business prowess together. So now in a matter of days, if not weeks, he used all his knowledge and experience from the past, leveled himself up with all this new knowledge and experience that makes sense for what he's done and kind of a little bit of what he knows. And now he's just killing it because it just makes like, it all just kind of makes sense now. And I know there's a lot of people, like I know me and Clark do this all the time where like, I'll have half the information. He'll have the information. We'll say something to each other. It's like, oh, everything makes sense. That's a lot of what this is. And for everybody at home that knows what I'm talking about, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just if you put in the work, it's not going to vain, especially if you engage with us and ask for support. You're going to get better. Every post that you submit to us, every time you test something on the market, every campaign that you run, the question, like you're always going to get better. Or do I use this tool, or why not, or when do I do it? Like I've had all those conversations plus some with Jonathan just in 5 weeks. And one of the things I want to highlight is he posted this. He let it run for a day and got right back and posted, then posted yet again, and then posted after. And I'll like it here. Is it like he just kept going? Like, he didn't stop. And he's not worried about going viral again and again. He just keeps going. He just keeps going. Now he's still going to benefit from this post. He can make it a featured post, everything else. Like now he's leveled up his LinkedIn brand significantly with this one post. So he's going to reap the rewards of that. Right. And again, you don't have to have this happen, but I want to explain to you the way to look at it when this does happen. Right. And that these are two hardworking recruiters, solo operators, really good dudes. But you can do that too, right? They're doing all things that they can control.
So huge. Can you move the yeah. No, you're good. I just want to I want to so highlight this. There's so many people that will get that bottom number, will get that next number above that you guys see, and it will crush them. It will absolutely crush them. Now, will they be 100% honest about that and open? Nope. But I've had so many conversations with people that have gotten 2,160, thought that was it. That was baseline now. That's new foundation. We've got to get close. Next day they come back, they get the 4 likes that are normal for them. And that's why I say it's not a result. It's a signal. So for what we know, well, Jonathan has a whole bunch more eyeballs on him. But at the same time, those eyeballs aren't always on LinkedIn at the same time with the same ideas, the same thoughts. And so as Jonathan continues to show up consistently, he's going to have new ideas and thoughts and things that he wants to talk about. And every day he keeps coming. Well, there's going to be new things here and there that are going to touch these different people that he's already touched with something that connected to them, so that the next time they see him, there's now, there's a little bit of no, and he's working on trust.
Yeah. Showing up, to the call. All you got to do is show up. You show up and just engage in the learning.
It's so half the battle.
That's it. There's no one, whether it's likes like this. I mean, these are way more likes than I've ever gotten on a post. It doesn't
Oh
matter.
gosh, yes. I've never
to
gotten
do
any
that.
like on a post. Like no joke. Never.
But and we have other people again that 20, 30 likes. That's it. They're signing 3 to 4 contracts. They're making placements. Like they're doing things. Like it doesn't have to be this, but the process is the process, right? You just keep at it. You stay with it. It's going to work, right? So if you're posting content and whether you're getting 10 to 20 likes or you got 200 or 2,000 and you're not monetizing that in some way, shape, or form, whether that's adding to your pipeline, adding a target accounts, leads, right? Maybe getting on the calls, maybe closing those deals. There's something off. Like that should be happening, right? And the only time this literally does not work is if people don't put in the work, right? You got to work hard first and to be able to leverage working smart. Right. But you combine both. It's like, well, what else are you doing Monday through Friday? Right. Are you working on roles that aren't closing, that aren't good, that don't have start dates? Right. And maybe you are really busy and you are winning. Right. Well, we have those too. Right. Matthew was that and a couple other people. I'm thinking of Lindsay and like Rachel, like they're doing really well. They still make time for this because they're smart business owners and they're smart solo operators and how they understand that, hey, to not be on that roller coaster of source one day, BD the other day, they utilize this to do both every single day. And if you do that, it's just a compounding effect. They're going to just keep rising, right? And the growth isn't linear, right? It goes up or down, but versus recruiters doing the old school way and not challenging the clients and just making calls and all that, like you're going to get passed up. And for what? For what reason? This is organic content. There's no ads. But the tools that we're talking about cost $180 a month total.
And you're building a lifelong skill set.
And a lifelong brand.
And you're talking to your community. And you're
talking to community. They're getting to know you, right? Which isn't that the hardest battle with recruiting, right? Having them get to know you ahead of time. And if they only knew this about me, or they only knew that we could do that. But this is your chance. Right? That's why content is sales. Don't let content be social marketing. Don't let it just be Facebook. Right? If you're going to be scrolling all day, have it work for you. Be a creator. And your business will thank you and it will reward you.
And content, aka context, is marketing and sales 100%.
Yeah.
And again, as we talk and we teach about in Digital Recruiter, sales and marketing is all based in human psychology. So literally all we're talking about, lurkers, I mean, everything we're talking about, signals versus results, it's all human psychology. And so you have to, process it as a business owner, not as a content creator. That's what we're talking about, right?
Yep.
Don't process it as a creator that creates. Process it as a business owner that's trying to figure out, where does my next revenue come from? And if you're thinking
profitability, how do I become more profitable?
Right. Because if you are, then you're looking at this as a signal and not a result.
Yeah. And doing this for you, imagine and adding team members and all that, having a brand. Do you think you can get pretty good talent if you have a little bit of a brand and everything? I mean, there's so many things that come together.
Well, that, right? And then let's take this a step further because we love to do that in terms of transformation. I know Jonathan wants to build a business. Let's just, I don't know, put this out there. Once Jonathan knows how to do that, do you think he can teach other people how to do this on his team? I bet he can. Now think if you have 3 or 4 people that are getting organic leads the way you were, where you don't have to hire Talent Hero or these BD firms to do all this stuff for you. Oh, yeah. See, you can do it by yourself. That was the first name that came to my head. Exactly. That's
to do it and not, I mean, there's so many issues with email and everything else. The amount of time wasted with the bottom of the barrel type clients. I mean, you really are. You're getting the fish in the sand in a sense. I mean, it's
and like when something's not going right, do you know? Do you have? How can you even? So this is. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I mean, yeah, it's knowing when you know you can create momentum yourself and business development yourself and lead yourself. I mean, that is the amount of stress that removes as a business owner is insane, right? You never have to worry because you know you can hit. You have levers that you can pull, and that's what matters.
I have to say, if there's one thing I would not want to outsource in my business, like no joke, and this is to nobody, and this is having tried to build 3 businesses and one successfully. It's business development. It's the one place where I get the most anxious if I don't know how to feel like I know where it's coming from or how to do it myself.
Yeah. This is a great comment by Michael. Michael, I would say this is where it's a complete waste on LinkedIn. If you're gonna post, happy National Hug Day or Wash Your Car Day, it's useless. There's no point. You honestly, you're better off not posting. Uh, these are posts, and you can review each of them and digital recruiter clients. They're talking about what's relevant in the market, in their industry, and that is what matters. So, right, there's intentional, there's thought. Now, do they always get the formatting right or the headline or the call to action? No, I don't. Kevin doesn't. Like, that's why we just test. And some days there is a little bit of randomness. Some days the algorithm changes it up on you. And some days you can blame the algorithm, but it's really your content that's not very good. Right. But that's all, as Kevin said, just those are signals that we're looking for. But yeah, that's what I always tell people: personal posts first. The business page is, unless you kind of memify it, like Kevin always says, and have fun with it. There's really no point in a bunch of hashtags and some random graphics and stock
Yeah.
footage or whatever else. It's like, make it relevant, make it captivating,
Yeah.
right? Talk about important issues, right? Jonathan talked about, or Matthew talked about commissions, and I think Jonathan talked about, what was it? Oh, how he took care of a candidate, right? Like he got an interview right after he got let go. I mean, that is like an
So,
awesome story.
but I also feel like you have to be honest with yourself, Michael. Are you here for like no BS? I talk to so many people who tell me they're here for business, but they're not actually here for business, right? They're not actually here to make money. So if you're actually here to make money, okay, let me ask you a question. When you go to the car dealership and the car dealer's talking all about them and all the stuff they want and how they want this car and that car, are you gonna? No. Same for anything else. If all your posts are all about you and everything you do and how great you are, then how do I want to work with you? Probably not. But if all your posts are practical content that's very useful for me, that are showing me things where like you obviously know my pain points, you know what I'm dealing with on a day-to-day, and you probably feel what's going on, I'm probably a lot more likely to reach out to want to work with you. Now, hey, that post where you talk about you and how you feel, I feel you because I was there too. But also, I'm probably not going to spend money with you. And that's how I feel about it.
He's here for the polls. Polls are also, if you do it right, those are great lead signals too.
They 100% are.
Yeah,
100%.
That's a whole other topic. But the last thing I want to talk about, warm leads don't always reach out. This is why you got to just know the messaging to be able to just tip that domino over.
Yeah.
Right. Out of every 10 people that view your profile, or maybe 10 managers that like your post, maybe only one of them is a burning hot lead. But you don't know if you don't message all 10, if you don't follow up. Right. So, and if you don't know what to say or anything else, like that's kind of what we're here for. That's what we help. I'm about to shoot a Loom video for a client that submitted 4 or 5 responses that she got from an outreach campaign and all that, of like, hey, what do I say here? Right. She booked a call and wants to know what to say to the other 4 to 5 people that were like, maybe not right now and all that. And so I'm giving her strategies and tactics on what to do there and how to approach that. And we're going to talk about that more on Friday with Keely, actually. Kevin doesn't know this yet. He knows Keely's going to be there, but the topic is going to be around target accounts and how to build that up, and also just the day-to-day as a salesperson. Like, how do you map out your schedule? What accounts do you target? How do you know which ones to target? How do you get the most out of your week, right? And where are those signals of people that you can reach out to? Because if you just expect everyone to message you, you have to be really good for that to happen. But for most of you, and it's okay, you can get some inbound messages and replies, but you also have to be able to know who to reach out to, what to say, in a timely manner.
Man, once you're really dialed in with this, there'll come a time where, like, just on the fly, you'll have like a week of posts that are a theme. You're going to see that same person like 3 of those posts, and it's going to be like, oh, okay, I should reach out to them. Right.
And it's hard to stick with it. It's hard for me to stick with it because there's a lot going on, and I sometimes I get a little bit spoiled, but they're there. You can't say the opportunity is not there. And if you have no momentum, you owe it to yourself to create it.
Well, also real quick, we've also spent 3+ years of being here almost every day, creating so much momentum for us that we're almost there's too much momentum. Like, let's keep it real. Like, we don't have time to go through, but that is what every single person at home has the opportunity, because I am not special in any way other than I'm willing to eat poop and show up here every day, basically.
Figuratively speaking.
Literally, that has actually happened. Thanks, Julius. I digress.
True.
Yeah, actually. But figuratively. I mean, that's what this is being able to do that, show up and continue. And that's where that believability with your audience comes from. When you are able to show up, when you are able to have those difficult discussions, and they're like, oh, Kevin's not scared. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So.
It's that's it. Keep at it. So if you need help getting going, you know where to go. Book a call with me on my calendar, or message me if you're ready to kind of just sign up and get going. Because I don't think I have spots on my calendar the rest of the week. I might.
I have two.
If next, but you got a couple. We can onboard 3 more people this month, and then we gotta kind of just see. We got to make sure they're all good. Everyone's kind of getting fired up. I'm responding to support tickets and helping with profiles and all that good stuff. So, although we had someone start 2 weeks ago that's already getting business development calls, more replies, all that stuff. So she's emailed us this morning. I woke up to 11 new responses. Super happy. So it can happen pretty quick. So let me know. I can get you over pricing and a link and all that if you want to sign up. We got it all. I mean, you could get started today. We got 4 group calls this week. We got Tuesday with Keely. We got Wednesday with Christina. That's covering like anything, automation questions, program questions, ask her anything. We got content Thursday, me, Kevin, Ross are on that. And then Kevin and I are doing a recruiting call starting this Friday.
Dude, we are
talking sourcing, Boolean. We got 4 group calls.
Legit.
No. We're going to be doing onboarding calls every Monday. So if you sign up, we can sneak you in, this week. You'll get started, but anything that doesn't get answered, we'll cover those on Mondays. So we have it covered 5 days a week now.
Onboarded on Monday, learning sales by Tuesday, got your ops down by Thursday, content down by Friday, recruiting on Friday, done.
We covered everything. What else do you want? What else do you want? Yeah. Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Nothing is impossible.
Yeah, love it. Luke, by the way, appreciate you. Thank you. Hope you had a great weekend, man. And have a great week, my friend.
Ben, appreciate you.
No one likes post ever, but they got those profile views, Ben. You know what's up, especially in GovCon. Sales Navigator, check the profile views. Make that happen. And then Bradley got called out.
No, just that you're the OG and we expect you to be here, okay? Bradley, come on. No, I appreciate you.
Although we are waiting for you to get back in the program. So.
Also true.
Hey, good start to the week.
Yes.
Pump me back up. So as usual, kind of always happens.
Monday, Friday, usually favorite time of the week.
Yeah. So, hey, hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Like, comment, all that good stuff. If you found it
if you have any questions, DM us. They're open.
Yeah.
We do respond to them. I swear.
We got Keely Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. I think it'll be us 3. That'll be good. Yeah, a little bit day in the life as a salesperson, like what you should really expect to have success as a salesperson. And so we're gonna break that all down because I think there's a lot of myths around what actually takes, and the big firms they do a lot of things wrong, but they have their training and their metrics dialed in on what actually it takes to be successful. So we're going to share that from our experience. So tune into that. Bradley took his first vacation day in 3 years. Been weird, dude. We're excited for you, man. That's awesome. Enjoy. Yes. Relax.
Hell yes.
Well, cool. Well, have a great week, y'all. We'll see you Friday. Kevin, appreciate you, brother.
Happy Monday. Thanks, Clark.
See you guys.